Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be testing a brand new collaboration with Soph and Revolution. If you have been to my channel for like 2 videos, you know that I love Soph, I watch her a lot, and I've got her Extra Spice palette, which you can see back there. I love Revolution products that they've collabed with. Like her eyeshadows in that palette are really pigmented and really great quality. So when I saw that she was announcing a new collection, I was like, I'm buying that. So I bought it. You can kind of see it like there, but yeah, it's not very, you know, organised very well in here. But yeah, so it comes like in this little like cardboard wrapper. It came in a box obviously too, but basically she's launched 2 lip kits, so lip liner and a tinted lip balm. She's launched 3 different small highlighter palettes. So there's one for like light skin tones, medium skin tones and deep skin tones. She's also brought out a mini Extra Spice palette, which I think has 8 shadows. 2 of them are brand new, and the other, can't do maths, the other 6 are like the most popular shades from the Extra Spice palette, which is one I've got back there. And she's brought out a full palette of eyeshadows, which I'm like, oh, I can't wait. So I bought one of the lip kits. This is the one in Toffee Drizzle. So yeah, you just get like a tinted lip balm and a lip liner. I got this one because this one, in the promo pictures on the website, the other one, I can't remember the name of it. Is it, I think it's Sugar Frosting or something like that. I don't know, but in the promo pictures for that particular, like, that shade, it looks kind of like a pinky peach, like, icy colour. And I don't know if it's maybe the editing that they did or something, but the colour in the pictures didn't look that great for what I personally go for. But then when I watched her video, like swatching everything, I actually quite liked how it looked on her as well. And me and Soph actually have very similar skin tones because I can colour match based on like when she hasn't got fake tan on. So like I'm kind of regretting not getting it, but at the same time I do wear a darker lip most of the time anyway. The lip I'm wearing right now is actually from her first ever collection, I believe it was, and this is in the shade Fudge because I hadn't bought any of them yet, and when I was getting the stuff I thought I might as well go one step further. And my whole face today is basically inspired by Soph, which it wasn't intentional, but like I've got the Milani 2-in-1 foundation, our RCMA powder, the lips, the Physicians Formula bronzer. The only thing that isn't is my brows, and you can't really see them yet anyway, but like, yeah, pretty much everything today is inspired by Soph, which is just a complete coincidence. Anyway, yeah, next thing I bought is the highlighter palette. So I got the palest shade. This is in the shade, oh, this is Sugar Frosting. What's the lip gloss then? Or the lip product? I can't remember the lip product's called. It will probably be on the screen. I probably would have already cracked it myself. Yeah, so I got this. It's quite big actually for what it is. You get 2 shades in here, which I'm looking forward to. This is like super light and super pale and super frosty looking, so I'm really excited. And then I was gonna try and say like, is it pièce de résistance? But like, I can't speak French, so ignore that. But yeah, then we got the eyeshadow palette. So yeah, look at this. Obviously you can't see inside of it yet, I will show you them later. But there are 18 shades in here. The packaging for all of these products are different to what they were like previous times. So obviously she's stuck with the whole rose gold thing, like the whole shiny and matte thing. I wish I had her first eyeshadow palette because this looks just like the front of her first eyeshadow palette, like it was a nude with the rose gold shiny. Whereas on her Extra Spice palette, you've got like the shiny with the nude. But yeah, she's changed her packaging slightly for these products because this is all plastic, like mirrors, plastic, things like that. But these are all cardboard, so they're a bit more sustainable, a lot more eco-friendly, and they're mostly recyclable, I believe. If you take the mirror out and the pans out, you can recycle the majority of it. So that's quite nice. You got that for the eyeshadow palette and for the highlighter palettes and the mini Extra Spice. So because I've got the other lip on already, I am going to take this off and then I'm going to test out the new products, because if I have no product on my lips, it's going to look weird, and I want to kind of like see what the lip product looks on me before I pick what look I want to do. So I'm going to take my lipstick off real quick. I also put a little bit more foundation over my lips as well, just because like I had a bit of staining around my lips and stuff like that. So ignore the fact that my lips look really weird right now, like I look so ghostly. But let's get into the lip product, shall we? I have also never used a tinted lip balm before. Soph, I believe, like really likes her tinted lip balms. She's gotten into the whole lip balm slash like lip liner combination, which is why she wanted to create these ones. But she's gotten really into that, and I've never personally gotten that train. I don't know why, I just never did. I can't get these out of the box. There we go. Yeah, I just never did, but she seems to like them, which is why she's obviously done it for this collection. And I think she said in her video that like Revolution didn't really do tinted lip balms or anything beforehand, so this is like almost a new brand, like a brand new thing completely for Revolution, which is really exciting as well for her. So this is just what the packaging looks like. It's really cute, like just shiny rose gold, and then you've got the colour here. This is meant to be more of a brown with like red undertones, I believe she said, so we'll see how that goes. But the lip liner just looks like this. So let's just do a little quick swatch. This will sharpen, won't it? This is like sort of the ones that you sharpen. This is a pencil, right? I think it is. I don't know. Okay, so let me just... Okay. This doesn't smell like anything. But yeah, that is the shade. So yeah, on camera, it definitely looks a lot more red, but in real life it looks very brownish. So that's gonna look quite nice, especially when you fade it out. It's gonna be like a nice red-brown colour. And then the Tinted Lip Balm. This smells like vanilla. So she did say she kind of put scent into that. And this is like got not much pigment at all. Like you can see I'm kind of rubbing that off. It's got like a tiny bit of pigment, but not a lot. It's when you kind of mix them together that you get a lot more pigment out of it, because obviously you're diluting this one and kind of mixing it together. So I'm kind of excited for this, honestly. Oh, hang on. The lip balm inside is actually spun around. Okay. Might just be defective and might got broken in the post, so just note that that might happen, because that was like spinning in the tube. Right, I'm gonna put a little bit of liner. I'm really excited for this, like I'm really excited. Okay, so the lip liner's on. It's actually very creamy. Like you could probably easily put this all over your lips and it would look like it would feel really comfortable. I can guarantee that. Like it feels really soft, creamy, but it doesn't like do that weird thing, you know, around sometimes with cheaper lip liners where they're too soft. Like they don't do like a straight like crisp line. It kind of balls up in some parts, or like it looks like it balls up, like it bleeds but it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't do that at all, even though it's very soft. My concern now though is one of the reasons why I don't really like using tinted lip balm too much is because I don't like my lip shape, so I always have to use a lip liner. But then I'm not very neat with my lip liner, which you can kind of tell. So the fact that I just have to rely on lip balm now to like bring this all together is a bit scary. The fact this is slightly broken as well also scares me a little bit. Just one thing to note, so I put the lip balm on, it doesn't look any different really on camera, but in real life it does. It looks like a very nice ombre, so you can really customize this to be how you want it really. Like again, let me come a little bit closer, ignore my like lashes. But yeah, when I come up closer, this still looks like a very harsh line, but in real life it doesn't. It's like really nicely blended out. I wonder if it's just too bright or something. Like if I can't really block my light, but yeah. It feels very nice though, like the lip gloss feels really good. I think what I'm just gonna do though, just for the sake of the camera, because this does look a bit mental, I'm gonna put just a little bit more lip liner on my bottom lip. So that's maybe something to note as well if you film at all for anything. It might be worth putting a bit more on the bottom than you maybe want to. Okay, like that kind of looks better. It's also because it's shiny, so the light is hitting directly on there, so it does look very like light here. What I'm gonna try and do is just take that cotton bud that I used earlier and just blot it down a tiny bit just for the sake of the camera. Does that look any better? Kind of. Now it's kind of like a satin. But it does feel very, very nice and like moisturizing and like silky, and it feels really good. Obviously it's not gonna last too long, but it is just a tinted moisturizer. Tinted lip gloss. So it was very easy to reapply, and I don't think it would really smudge too much either. So I really like it in person. It looks amazing. I am genuinely a fan. The next thing I want to use is the highlighter. So I got the shade, as I said earlier, Sugar Frosting. I really can't remember what the lip liner was called. Yeah, so I got the shade Sugar Frosting, which is for like the paler skin tones, because as you can clearly see, I'm a pale ass bitch. But it looks really nice. I really, if I was more into fake tanning than what I am, because I rarely do it, whenever I do it's mainly just on my legs. If I was more into fake tanning, I would have got the second shade. I can't remember what that's called, don't even ask. Because the shades, like the golden ones in there, looks really, really nice. But because I don't fake tan like ever, there's no point. This is the highlighter. So you got basically But they're still kind of goldy shades actually. Looking at it, is this the right one? Yep, it's the right one. It just looks like on the website and on her swatches, these looked a lot pinker in the pan, but actually this one looks quite bronzy and this one looks almost golden, like a yellow gold. But they look very nice anyway. Oh, and there's also a mirror inside, like say hello to yourself. Yes, there's a mirror in here, quite travel friendly, and it's a nice looking mirror too. I enjoy that mirror. Do some quick swatches for you. I'm actually gonna wipe off the back of my hand as well because that is not attractive. I wish there were shade names for these individual colours, but there aren't. So you've got the one embossed with an S and the more bronzy one. Okay, so this is the S one and this is the bronzy one. So that looks really nice. That's gonna be, oh god, is this gonna be my new favourite highlighter now? Oh no, sorry Ofra. And then this one, very similar in shade, I think. Can you see that? So this was the one embossed with the S and this one is the more bronzy looking one. I can't decide which one I like more. And oddly enough, I think the bronzier looking one is actually a bit more pink toned. It's really hard to tell. But yeah, they don't look like what I thought they would on the website at all. I thought these looked a lot more pink. And I think Soph herself even said they're a bit more pink toned. So like, I'm a bit confused, but I still love the look of them. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one on one side and one on the other because they're not too different, so I don't think it will look that strange. And like, I have high expectations for these because it's Soph and she loves her highlighters, and her original highlighter palette, although I never got that myself because I don't need that many different colours, that was like a massive hit and it's very popular, so I've got high expectations. So I'm gonna go with this one first. Oh, expectations met. Expectation is immediately met. Okay, don't know why, it might just be my skin, but it's not blending out too well. For me anyway, that's like, just like a little patch, I don't think it's blending in that well. Add a tiny bit more, but like, look at that glow. Oh my god. Yeah, with it being Soph, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised in the slightest. Although, is that leaving a cast? No, it's just me being stupid. I'm being so like, because I'm kind of comparing it to my Ofra stuff, so like I'm just really scrutinizing this, and I'm so sorry. Soph, if you ever watch this, I'm so sorry being like so like whatever, but like still, that is amazing. Okay, next shade. I'm gonna like try and use the other side of the brush for this. And like, you saw how much I didn't really tap in there, like I hardly touched it. Okay, that's beautiful. I've touched that even less. Okay, I love this highlighter too. Like, that is really good. I don't know what one I like more. This one's definitely more gold toned. And this one is still like, it's not gold toned. It's just a bit more icy. I can imagine using this one for like the majority of it and just this one with like a smaller brush to top it all off. That would look really good. And actually, I am just gonna like do that a little bit just to even up the colour. But I think I like this one more, which is surprising because I don't usually go for like more goldy colours. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that one on my nose. If I'm gonna be really like picky, I wanna say, I mean, I don't want to say because I don't want to be picky, but if I'm gonna be like really honest and like really picky, it does look quite textured on my skin on this side. That could just be my fault though. I might have done something wrong on my foundation. Like, I don't tend to prime and things like that, and I'm also not having a great skin week. My skin is breaking out quite a lot, so it could just be that. Or it just could be because I'm like really looking up close to it because it's a new product and I want to have a look at it. But it does look a tiny bit textured on this side. It doesn't on this side though. So unless it's like that particular shade, or unless it's just me being stupid, it just looks a bit, not much, but yeah, you can see it on my skin there. On my nose though, it looks fine, on my chin and stuff, like it looks great. So like, I think it's probably just me being stupid, but I think it's worth noting that I can see it on my skin. Whereas I don't think for my Ofra stuff that I can. But it is very pigmented, it's obviously very glowy, like that is just amazing. I think as well, if you can see it like sat on your skin, if it looks quite powdery and you can see it there, a thing that Steph Thomas does a lot is she blots it with her beauty blender or like her foundation brush just to like help it merge in with like your foundation and stuff. Or typically if you use a setting spray, it kind of like melts it a lot more, but I don't really use a lot of setting sprays anymore, so you kind of do what you want to do with that information, I guess. But now we're getting into like the main part of the video, like the thing we've all been waiting for, the eyeshadow palette. So I'm not going to do all the swatches for all the shadows because there's 18 shadows in here, and I, one, don't have the time, and two, don't have the patience to do all those swatches. But Soph has already swatched every single colour on her channel, so if you haven't already seen that video, go ahead and check it out of her announcing the whole thing, doing all the swatches, and, you know, just talking about it, I guess. But here is the palette out of the box. The prices as well, by the way, just for these, I think this was £12. The lip kit and the highlighter were £8 each, and I think she released the mini palette was also £8, I'm pretty sure. The prices are very, very affordable, so the fact you get 18 shadows in here, and when you see the colours and the pigmentation, that, well, hopefully the pigmentation that we're gonna get, you know, £12 is a very, very good price. And also, when I placed the order, I don't know if it's still there now, but there was a 3 for 2 offer, so if you bought this and the highlighter palette, you essentially get the lip kit free, so that's worth noting. So if you haven't already got that, go get it, because it's a really good offer regardless. But yeah, let's get into the palette. So, oh, plastic. This is what the palette looks like. Like, how fucking sick is this? That is something different. Like, I love it. I love it. So a few things to know about this palette just really, really quickly. So, like, when you first look at it, I think it looks amazing. The fact that it's got like bright colours and then your everyday colours is amazing. Like, I'm in love with that idea. So this is a really good palette overall. The cardboard packaging feels very, very sturdy, and the mirror is huge in here. Like, ooh. The mirror is huge, so it's extremely travel friendly, and it's a really good mirror. So I can't wait for it to get really dirty, because I was gonna say it's so clean, but it's not gonna say that way. But yeah, the fact you've got like a bright blue, you've got some purples, you've got a dark black in here, you've got a matte white, and just general bright colours. She's also kept cookie dough and brownies from her Extra Spice palette because they were like the main 2 used shades apparently. So she really did take on some feedback. She's got a yellow in here, which is again similar to her Extra Spice, but this is a bright yellow and not a mustard yellow. And she's got a red in here called Extra Spice as an homage to her other palette, but this is a lot brighter apparently and less. This is more red toned and the other one was more pink toned. So there are a few shades in here that are similar, if not the same, but I'm still really impressed with it. It smells good. Do you know what, like when you, this is gonna be really weird. You know when you get a brand new pair of leather shoes or like fake leather shoes? The smell of them is what this smells like. Does anyone else love that smell, or is it just me being stupid? I don't know. So I don't know what look I'm gonna do. I was gonna try and do a rainbow look like how she did in her video, but I don't know if 1, I can pull it off, and if 2, I don't know if it'll even look at all good. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I love it. I want to quickly swatch a few shades though. I want to swatch Dreamy, because Dreamy looks like a purpley icy shimmer, but when you look at it really close, it looks almost like a petrol colour. So I want to swatch Dreamy, and I want to swatch Night Out, which is a black, because you keep seeing me in the mirror. I need to stop doing that. I just keep holding this. Yeah, I want to swatch the black because I want to see how black the black actually is. I also want to swatch Lover because pink hair, pink eyeshadow, need it. And I want to swatch the yellow. The yellow has a little bit of shimmer in it, I think. So that's probably how it's going to stay so pigmented. So, Dreamy, which is the shimmer. Oh, that looks silver. Okay. Sunshine, which is the yellow. These feel very smooth, by the way. But I have a feeling the yellows aren't going to stand up. Like the yellow and the purple down here aren't going to be as pigmented without a primer, which that's fine. Lover, which is the pink. And then Night Owl, which is the black. Mattes don't swatch as well, so especially because I've got 2 brights as a matte shade, I don't think they're gonna swatch that well. But you know what? That's fine. We'll take that into consideration. So first up is the shimmer shade. This is Dreamy. Oh, this is such an interesting shade. Like in the pan, it looks kind of purple, but then when you swatch it on your finger, it looks kind of like a silvery blue. And when you put it on your hand, it looks kind of pink and then white and then purple, and that's a really interesting shade. I like that so far. The next one is yellow, which is Sunshine. Again, this is a matte and I haven't got primer on my hand, so it's not going to be that great, but it's still a very bright yellow considering I have no primer or anything down. The pink, which is called Lover. That's a very bright pink, and it's so, like, again, no primer in my hand, and that's very bright and pigmented. I like that shade so much. Can we just appreciate how black my finger looks, by the way? Night Owl, swatch this. Okay, so that's just 4 shades swatched, so 1 shimmer and 3 mattes. 2 mattes are bright colours, and I think honestly, despite the fact I don't have any primer on, they've swatched very well, and the black swatching that well. I'm excited to use this palette. Very excited. Just gonna quickly move my fringe to the side because I can't really put eyeshadow on like this, can I? And then I'll be right back with you to start a look. Wow, this is a look. I need to like puff my hair up a bit more because without having a fringe, this doesn't look that great for me. Also, I apologise that that this video is going to be very long. I've been filming for half an hour already, and you guys probably know that I struggle to cut down my videos quite a lot sometimes, so I'm sorry about that. Because of that, like, I'm just going to do one eye on camera and then one eye off camera because I think it will probably just take too long. I'll do them at the same time, but I'll cut out like one eye completely, just so you know. I'm also going to be holding my small mirror as opposed to holding this full palette the whole time, but I will be telling you which shades I use. It's just because, I don't know, I'm lazy and this is easier to hold, so, and I'm used to using this mirror too, so whatever. I have already got P. Louise on my eyes, so the P. Louise base in one of the lighter shades. I don't know the shade name, I'm sorry, I can't be bothered to check. But I have already got that on my eyes, so I'm just going to blend that back out because it's creased, because I did eye life. Gotta love it. She did, I'm pretty sure she said she recommends an eye base because she apparently never used to use bases back in the day, which I do remember. She never used to use it. She used to set her eyelids, put concealer on, set her eyelids with powder, and then like do her eyeshadow. I've always used it on wet concealer, but I'm using proper primer today. I'm using an MUA brush, but honestly the number has faded off completely. Is it an E10? Don't know, just from MUA. And I think I'm gonna start off. I want to do it, like, because of my hair, I want to do a bright pink eye. I think it will go very, very well. It might not go well with the lip, but I don't care about matching lips and eyes. I really don't care. I'm going to start off with Lover first off, which is a really, really bright pink. And can I just say, the pigment on that brush already, hello. Should I bring you in closer? I'm going to bring you in closer. Okay, I brought you in a little bit closer, so I dropped my brush on the floor. It's fine, it's fine. Just stamping this on, because if you stamp it, you get the most pigment out of it. And that's going to go in my outer corner, my crease, and kind of all the way around. I'm doing the like standard shape that what I usually do for my eyeshadow because it works best for me. When I'm testing something new, I like to stick to what I usually know so that I can get the most consistent results. Yeah, stamping it on and kind of wiggling it on, and then I'll go back in to blend it out later. Okay, so that's like, wow, that's just me stamping it on and like lightly blending out the edges ever so slightly. I'm going to use a bit of the pastel purple to blend out even more, but like that already, the pigment, hello. I'm so impressed. I just kind of had the thought that me jumping between doing one eye and the other is going to be like really jarring because I'm going to have like one eye done practically and then like the next I'll just catch up. This is probably going to be the most jarring like transition because it's like so much, but who knows. Also, apologies if you hear my husband laughing. He's playing Phasmophobia with some friends and he's being extremely loud, so I'm so sorry if you hear him. But yeah, that's the shade Lover on and lightly blended out. I really like it so far. I've kind of brought it in a little bit. I'm not going to do a proper cut crease. Like, I'm not going to use the whole like brush thing, whatever. I'm just going to use my finger, but like I'm kind of doing a cut crease sort of thing. Just going to take a clean brush. This is a Spectrum brush, Spectrum B07. I'm just going to quickly blend out the eyeshadow. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm so sorry. I'm not good at my words. Can I just note as well that these blend out extremely easily, like very, very easily. I'm really impressed. I'm going to go in with the shade Lockdown now, which is this pastel purple. Looks very nice. And I'm going to like lightly blend out with this. I shouldn't have picked up so much on my brush really, but can't do anything strange right now. Like, I don't want to use too much of it, like I don't want to blend it out so much because I don't mind a harsher blend, especially with like bright colours, but I just want to get a little bit of blend, you know? Okay, so that's that blended out, only a little bit, like literally like I said, I don't want to blend it out too much, but that's that blended out, just a little bit of the purple. and you can kind of tell, but it's not too in your face. I do want to also just quickly say, really quickly, there's hardly any fallout in the pan. There's like a tiny bit in here, and there was a tiny bit in the pink, but I just tend to like mop that up the next time I go in with the colour. So there's hardly any kickback in the pan, like hardly any, and there's no fallout on my face at all, even though I'm using a bright pink shade. So the quality of the eyeshadows seems really good so far. I can't even deny that, and like I don't think you can deny either, just saying. I'm gonna go back in with my Morphe brush. It's not Morphe, it's MUA brush. With the shade Papa, which is the purple right here. This goes really well with my hair, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm just gonna deepen my outer corner. I'm so sorry of how much I can't talk. Because I sit in stream now, instead of like filming, I just gotta own my mistakes a lot more, so I don't try so much to be like properly articulated. Does that make any sense? Like I don't really mind if I make much mistakes, because when I'm live I can't change them. So I make way more in videos now, and I'm so sorry about that. This shade is going on quite nice over top of the pink, but you can't really see it that much because they're very similar shades, so it's just a bit darker, but you can tell from the colour here and here how different they are. But it is quite a nice shade, and I'm going to take this on my lower lash line. I put a little bit of the eye primer below here too at the start, well, before I start filming, so should pick up the shadows quite nicely here also. Yeah, and here you can see the real difference. So this looks a lot more like a true purple, and this looks a lot pinker, so they mix together very nicely. They don't like sit on top of each other, they blend in very nicely together. Take a little bit of the Lover shade, the pink shade, just to smoke it out in the very bottom as well, just to bring it all together. Okay, so that's like the main eyeshadow on. I'm sorry I keep looking up, I just can't stop looking at myself in the mirror with like my hair like this and this eyeshadow on. I'm loving the colours, it goes really well with my hair, I'm really impressed. But yeah, so that's the like regular shadows on. I am going to use the shade Dreamy. Fucking hell. The shade Dreamy, because it's like, it's going to go really well with this look, I think, personally. And I'm just going to use that with my finger. Okay, I don't think this will even come out on camera like as nice as it's coming out of my eyes, you know, like that looks so nice. This actually looks very similar to one of the shades in the Nikki / Beauty Bay palette. I can't remember what the shade is called. It's like the whitest one. It's got like a bit of pink in it and it's quite icy. I think if you mix that with her Pride shade, you'd get something similar to this, and like that is just stunning. It's so nice. It is genuinely so lovely. Like it goes on really easily. Again, no fallout on my face at all. I haven't brushed anything away. I haven't even got my foundation, like my powder brush near me to like swipe it away. No fallout at all, and it looks so pretty. The tone of this eyeshadow, it almost looks like it's a sheer like glitter like topper sort of thing, because the tone almost looks quite flesh toned. So like you could probably put this over top of a regular shadow and not have it change the colour that much. Like if I put the pink all over my eyes and put this on top, I think it would look really, really nice. I think it's like the right undertone where it's not massively pigmented, but the shimmer is there, so you could put it over top of anything and it will look amazing. It also just feels really soft and like almost fluffy. It feels really nice. I want to use the black as a like smoky-ish liner. I'm not very good at like smoky eyeshadow wing liner because of my hooded eyes, but I will kind of try it out. The only thing that's missing from this palette for me is that there's no like bright, but like kind of a light shimmer shade for an inner corner highlight. You've got the bright white, which is matte, which is like cool, fair enough, but like she said in her video, that's a lot better to use for like customizing the shades, because it is quite a pigmented white, all things considered, but I like shimmery. I like to have a big pop of colour, so I'm just going to use the highlighter instead for that, because like, I mean, doesn't matter anyway. I'm going to use the like lighter or like whiter shade, I guess, for that. Just going to highlight my brow bone too. Because of my fringe though, you don't really see my brows, so it doesn't really matter that much. Cool, so that's kind of the eyes. I went cross-eyed there, didn't I? That's kind of the eyes done. I think my eyeshadow on my lower lash line isn't blended out evenly though, so let me fix that real quick and then we'll go into like the eyeliner bit. Okay, for the eyeliner bit, I'm just going to be using another MUA brush. I have no idea what brush this is because the writing has literally completely rubbed off, but I used to use this for my brows, just like a little small angled brush, like it's a tiny brush. We're going to use that, just mainly like wiggle it around my lash line. I'm not going to try and do like a really precise eyeliner because that's not plausible, but I just want to see how pigmented this black actually is, and so far it's looking pretty black. I am going to just do a thin line though, so you're really not going to see too much, but I just want to try it out. There is already a tiny bit of fallout, but because I'm using a black and I'm using this brush, which isn't really an eyeshadow brush, I'm expecting that, so I don't think that's a very good like representation of the fallout for this particular shade. Okay, but like here's the black. It looks really pigmented actually. You can see it quite well. So I'm impressed with that. I'm gonna try and do a tiny wing, like literally a tiny wing, because I'm not gonna try and do anything massive. I say that and I'm immediately gonna make it massive, aren't I? Because obviously with my hooded eyes, the shadow doesn't really go that well for eyeliner, so it will probably just smudge it everywhere and make it look terrible. There's like the smallest of wings. Like, have you ever seen me with a wing that small? Probably not. I also just don't understand how people do a winged liner with eyeshadow. Like, how do they get a sharp line? Honestly, wizards. I'm telling you, wizards. Okay, so the other eye is done, and I've done a little bit of an extension on my inner corner. I'm gonna do some mascara. I don't think I'm gonna put on lashes for today. I think just mascara will be enough, and then I'll be back with like the overall finished look. Okay, so I've done my lashes and I put my fringe back, so go back into focus. So like, it's gonna look a bit of a mess. I use the KVD Vegan Beauty Go Big or Go Home mascara, by the way. Oh, let me move you back as well. 2 secs. Okay, I think that's like where you were at the start, so if it's like really good, then well done me. But yeah, that's the whole look done. So all together using the new eyeshadow palette by Soph X Revolution, and the new highlighter, and the lip product. So I dropped the lip liner on the floor, ignore that, and I kicked my camera, ignore that. But the lip balm and the lip liner, I did reapply a little bit of the lip balm as well, so that's why my lips are looking a bit lighter. Overall, I'm really happy with the products. Oh, I did have a little bit of fallout on my face actually. Let me just brush that off, just for the black, a little bit. And I just realised I didn't brush that off before I did my like final look shots, so ignore the fact that that stuff's in there. But yeah, this is the final look. I am so impressed with the shadows, the pigment, the quality. They feel really nice. Like, just touching them, they feel really smooth. The shimmer that I use feels really, really like fluffy. Like I said, it's weird that it feels fluffy, but it does. But yeah, that is my overall like look and everything like that. I really like the pigment of the shadows. I like the highlighters. I'm gonna have to use them a lot more in the future, and actually use them immediately after I put my foundation on, because I've had my foundation on for about, I've had my foundation on for about 3 hours, and I get very oily skin very quickly, so that might have also contributed to it being a little bit like textury on my skin. But yeah, I like the highlighters. Definitely prefer the more bronzy shade, which is weird for me because I usually like an icy shade. I like the lip combo. I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it though, that's the thing. I think for an everyday no makeup look, I would get a lot of use out of it. A thing that I would have liked to see a bit more though with the lips, or like, I don't know, I think the lip liner is maybe too dark to go with it, because the lip liner is dark and the lip balm is very, very not pigmented. I mean, you saw it at the very start. It's hardly got any colour to it, so you are just essentially blending out the lip liner with your lip balm. So it's really just, I wish either that was a little bit more pigmented, or the lip liner itself was a lot lighter. The same tone, but a lighter colour, because I think when you have such a dark lip liner, but it's such a sheer lip balm, it's kind of hard to get it to not look a bit strange, especially when you film like me. Like, even now, in real life, this looks like the same one colour, but because of the gloss from the lip balm, it looks like this is a lot lighter, and around the outside is, you know, a lot darker. Some people are into that look. I personally am not, and I think for maybe deeper skin tones, actually this colour of the lip kits would look amazing. I might have to go get myself the lighter kind of a lip balm and lip liner, just to see if that suits me a little bit better, and if it does, I'll obviously update you guys with that in the future. But I'm not sure. I do like it. It's definitely something different. I'm used to using kind of matte lipsticks or like liquid lipsticks or something like that. I'm not used to using a glossy product, and especially not a lip balm. I think that's the only lip balm I own. So it's very out of my comfort zone. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's just personally I would have preferred either a lighter lip liner or a more pigmented lip balm, but it's just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not going to be for you. I will still use it though, it is quite nice. Just be careful with the lip balm because it's very, very soft. Next time, Soph, if you do ever watch this, you probably never watch this because like, why would you? I've got like, I'm no one. But if you never watch this, eyelashes next? Maybe some lashes? Because I would love for you to have some lashes. That would be like, you would have highlighters, lipsticks, lip balms, eyeshadows, and then lashes. Or bronzers. I know bronzers will be a lot harder to do because of different skin tones, but a couple shades of bronzers, because it could even look like your I can't speak. It could even look like a highlighter palette where you have like, I don't know, like a cool tone and a warm tone, like a contour and a bronzer. That would be pretty sick. I would love to see that, especially because we have similar skin tones when you're not tan. So like, if it works for you, it should work for me. Maybe? I don't know. Well, that's for us in the future, but lashes or bronzer I'd definitely love to see. Anyway guys, do let me know what you think of this look that I've done. I know you can kind of hardly see it behind my fringe. I need to cut it, but also I'm sick of my fringe and I want to grow it out already. Yeah, let me know what you think of the products. Have you bought any of them? Will you buy any of them? And yeah, let me just know your general thoughts. And actually, what sort of look would you do with this? Because you've got bright colours and neutral looks. Would you do a bright one or a neutral one? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, go ahead and leave me a like, and if you want to stick around and see my content and see my journey on YouTube, go ahead and leave me a subscribe. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's all from me, so thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!